How many babies are born every second? Hi, welcome to Curious Kids Every Day. I'm Josh. How are you doing today? It's so good to hear from you. Hey, I got an email from a curious kid named Parker, and Parker wondered how many people are on Earth right now. Do you know how many people are alive on the Earth right now? You want to take a guess? There are over 8 billion people on Earth right now. Does it feel like there are that many people on Earth to you? You definitely don't see anywhere near all the people that are on Earth. Most of the people on Earth you will never ever meet. In your neighborhood where you live, if you live in an average neighborhood, there's probably a few thousand people living there. But think about that, that's a lot of people. Even that number is a lot. Think about all the people that live around your city or around your small town. It's hard to think about all the people that you see all being in one place, but sometimes that can happen. Have you ever been to a big event or a festival or a concert and seen how many people are there? You know, even a big event like that is just a tiny, tiny percentage of the number of people on Earth. Like, have you ever been to a big stadium where a sport is played, like baseball or football? I've gone and watched football games before, and let me tell you, the last time I went, every single seat was filled, and the stadium could seat over 60,000 people. Oh, and I looked it up. The biggest football stadium in the United States can hold over 107,000 people. So I did the math. If you had a stadium of 107,000 people completely filled up, it would take 75,000 stadiums just like it to fit everyone on Earth. Isn't that crazy? How did we get so many people? Well, did you know that the population of Earth is always changing? It's true. About 100 years ago, there were about 2 billion people on Earth. So there are 6 billion more than there used to be. That's a lot of new babies being born in 100 years. And that reminds me, I got another email from a curious kid named Valerie. Valerie wondered, how many babies are born every second? I thought that was a really interesting question. Do you want to find out today? On average, there are about 4 babies born every second on Earth. So, when our new baby Josephine was born back in October, that very second that she was born, 3 other babies were likely born at the same time elsewhere in the world. If about 4 babies are born every second, that's about 240 babies every minute, or just over 14,000 babies every hour, or over 340,000 babies each day. That means that while you're listening to this episode, over 3,000 babies will be born. That is crazy. So here's the next question. If so many people keep arriving, how does Earth not get too full? Even with more than 8 billion people, we live on a very, very big planet. In fact, most of Earth is water, and the land part is only about 58 million square miles. Only. Now, I don't know many people that live on water, so pretty much everyone on Earth lives on the small land parts of Earth. But even that is way more than is needed for all the people who live here. I remember growing up, I always heard everyone on Earth could fit in Texas. But I never looked it up for myself. Do you think that's true? What if everybody on Earth actually could fit in Texas? Wouldn't that be crazy? Well, I looked it up today, and guess what? Yes, they actually could. Well, kind of. See, if you're asking, could everybody actually fit their body into the state of Texas, all squeezed up? Then yes, you could make that work. If everyone just had their own small apartment, and all the apartments were like right next to each other, everybody could fit into Texas. But if you actually wanted to be able to, leave your apartment without immediately being in someone else's apartment, everyone would not fit in Texas. So let's say that we want to give everybody a front yard and a backyard. Let's give them all a quarter of an acre of land. It's more than generous. That's more like a regular house. And I'm talking about every single person. I'm saying if you lived by yourself and your mom lived next door and your dad lived in another house and your sister or your brother lived in another house, everybody got their own house. Every single person on Earth could still fit in the United States. In fact, you would have 9% of the United States still left over to do other things with. And Texas is about 7% of the total land of the United States. So really, you could actually give everybody on Earth a house, put them in the United States, and you could leave Texas mostly empty. Maybe we could put a giant theme park in Texas. Now, obviously, we couldn't actually fit everyone in the United States because you don't just need a house, you need grocery stores and hospitals and parks and farms. Places for people to work. We would need a lot more space than just one big neighborhood plus the extra 9% that wasn't being used. It would be pretty crowded if everyone lived here. So the real story of population is not just how many people exist, it's also where those people live and how crowded an area is, which that's called population density. And it's also about how humans share resources like space and clean water and food. Some places have lots of people and some places have very few. Do you live somewhere where a lot of people live close together or where people are more spread out? Which one do you like better? Sometimes I like being nearby a lot of people, kind of closer to the city, but it's also really nice living out in the country. The drives are longer, sure, but boy, they are beautiful. So I'm not really sure which one I would prefer if I had to choose. I guess it depends on the day. All I do know for sure is this. Do you hear that? I'm snapping my fingers. And every time I snap my fingers, 4 more babies are being born somewhere on Earth. Isn't that crazy? Oh, but the babies are still being born even if I stop snapping my fingers. That's important. Okay, let's have a quick quiz about how many babies are born every second. Yep, it's 4. And how many people live on Earth today? Over 8 billion. Let's play true or false. True or false? The biggest football stadium in the United States holds more than 100,000 people. Yep, that is true. That is crazy. True or false? The land on Earth covers about 58 million square miles. That is true. True or false? You could give everybody on Earth a big home and fit them all in Texas. Nope, that's false. You could give them a small apartment, but not a big house. Would you rather live in a place with lots of people close together, like a big city, or live in a place with lots of space between houses, like the countryside? More often than not, I think I would choose the countryside, but there are certainly times when I do enjoy living closer to where things are happening and there are lots of people around. Okay, let's play a quick round of What Am I? What am I? I help you get from one place to another. I'm made for cars, buses, and trucks. And cities and towns connect with me like a web. What am I? I am roads. The number of people on Earth is huge, and it's always changing. About 4 babies are born each second. Thankfully, Earth has a lot of land to fit all those people. It's wild to think about how huge the Earth is. And to think most of it is actually water. We can't even live on the majority of the planet. But it's still enough space for all of us. And if we all didn't mind living on top of each other in small apartments, we could all fit in Texas. I think I'm good being a little more spread out here in Tennessee. Thank you, though. What kind of question do you think we'll ask tomorrow on Curious Kids Every Day? I can't wait to find out. So until then, keep asking questions and stay curious, kids. And for all the grown-ups listening, thank you so much for telling other parents about this show. Please visit CuriousKidsEveryday.com to get a free printable with activity ideas that don't involve screens. Those are the best kinds of adventures to have. That's CuriousKidsEveryday.com. See you tomorrow.